They're trying. They're trying, guys. Okay. This one needs some explaining because it sounds complicated, but it really isn't. The U.S. Postal Service just finalized a new rule dealing with mail-in ballots for federal elections. Now, before anybody panics, this rule is currently blocked by the courts for the November election. But here's why I'm watching it. Under this new system, states that use mail-in voting would have to upload information about each male voter into a new federal postal system. That information would include the voter's name, address, state, and special barcodes connected to their ballot envelopes. And election offices would have to do this before those ballots could even be accepted by the Postal Service for mailing to voters. If an election office doesn't meet the new requirements, the Postal Service could refuse that batch of outgoing ballots and send it back to the election office to be corrected. Now, the Postal Service says it would not be deciding whether somebody is a citizen or whether they're eligible to vote. That's an important distinction. But this would still create a brand new federal system involving information connected to individual male voters. And it would add another step that state and local election offices have to complete before ballots go into the mail. Here's the part I'm watching. The rule has been finalized. It's basically sitting there ready to go. The only reason it isn't being used for this November's election is because federal courts have blocked it. And the administration, of course, is fighting those rulings. If they manage to get those court orders overturned before November, the Postal Service said it could begin implementing the system immediately. Now think about the timing. We're heading into September. States are about to start mailing ballots. Election offices have already been preparing for November under their existing rules. And suddenly they could be potentially required to change how those ballots are processed and mailed. That doesn't mean ballots are being stopped right now. They aren't. It doesn't mean the Postal Service is currently deciding who gets to vote. It isn't. But the rule is now finalized, and whether it gets activated before November depends on what happens in the courts. And that is what I'm watching. Because we're getting very close to an election to be changing the rules for how Americans receive their ballots in the mail. I'll keep you posted.